Greetings viewers. If you can hear some background noise, that is my room's air purifier at work. Anyways, Revenge of the Fallen, considered by even Bay fans like me as the weakest of the trilogy. But there are things that I liked about it. Certain action scenes, designs, one of them being Megatron's. I wanted that Studio C's rendition of him, but unfortunately that version looked incomplete and was going for prices I thought was not worth it. Then came Baiwei, a very new company to the Transformers KO market, who knocked it off and gave us a Megatron with a proper metallic shine. As it's the main draw of this figure, let's admire the fantastic colors on display here. I mean, look at that. My room isn't very well lit for reviews like this, but even then you can see it shimmer. The metallic used help makes him look more connected to the movie CGI model. The bronze accents here help prevent him from being boring. The red eyes right over here can clearly be seen if the thing was well lit. Unfortunately, I am still very new to lighting, so yeah. But you can still see the well painted red eyes. Ripping his face off, wait a minute, gives us a better look at them. Look at that, like beating. Might as well show off his alternate damaged face, which was obtained when Optimus used his army cannon against him somehow. It's connected to his arm, so how did Optimus manage to, trigger it? I don't know, but some really nice damage right over here. It also led us to a beauty of a line. A lot of the greebles, like these Cybertronian hieroglyphics that can be found on both shoulders, and you can even feel them, were barely noticeable on the original due to the grey plastic they used. I mean, sure, they did paint some of them, but this is just way more noticeable. They just let them shine. But it's not just aesthetical improvements. These pieces right over here, I've watched a bunch of reviews of the original and these kept popping out for a lot of those reviews. So, Baiwei decided to mitigate this by first using die-cast metal, which is why they are a very different color, and then making them pinned. The original was just sort of pegged on. No, this is just pinned. They are not coming out. And as is tradition, the DNA upgrade kit was also knocked off, as seen with this part right over here for tank mode, and these bits right over here also for tank mode. Interestingly enough, no cannon add-on for the other arm, but I do like the originals. It's big, chunky, and can extend via a flip-out sword. Again, more really well done detailing. Props to the original design team. They did a fantastic job bringing that CGI model to life. The articulation isn't bad, but it's nothing outstanding. It's sort of to be expected of the 13th Studio Series release. 13th. So you can't really compare SS100 right over here in terms of articulation now, can you? But you still can get pretty good poses, and one major complaint of SS13 was this large side torso gap. However, the DNA kit does help to fill out this gap. There are still gaps, but it's less distracting. Also, don't like the cannon? Well, you can just pop it out. As seen here, as it's a mushroom peg, so it's a bit tight, and just replace it with the alternate arm. As you can see right over here. For this one, they do offer articulated fingers, but I don't really like them because my copy is slightly warped, meaning that these fingers like to pop out very often. That's KO QC for ya. Now, I'm gonna replace this arm because I don't really like it for flying tank. I do want to say before I get to the transformation that constantly removing the arms does cause paint chipping due to the fact that it's quite a tight connection, and I don't really like doing it that often, so I will just be keeping this spectacular cannon on him. Transformations, alright, if you're not doing it extending your arms out in front of a camera. If you're not in that situation, it's simple but effective. And tank mode is a big dumb pile of scrap metal with a face as a front. And I love it. The concept of this guy still disgusted the prideful Max to the point he proudly displayed his head up front, with this pitiful cage as a protection. Probably for intimidation factor. Way too many tracks that needlessly overlap. I don't know why this needs to be here. You don't really need this because that's already there, but he doesn't care, so why should we? Even though I already talked about it just now. Never mind that point. The turret can move no up, but it can go down for transformation purposes. He doesn't need to shoot anything like this, but who knows, maybe he needs to. And you can do this with the top ones, and yeah, that's it for begun articulations. You also can fly. Just need to pop these out and put these back on. You can transform him with these attached, but they do like to fall out, so I just leave them off anyways. They just slot right over here as shown, and there we go. Now this one, on the other hand, is a bit difficult. These two sides are different because one has the cannon arm, and so this right over here where there is a gap isn't actually there, and so you can't actually put it on. Now you could use the replacement arm right over here, but then that'll just leave a big gap, and I know this tank is asymmetrical, but just having a large ass gap would just be really weird. So what I do is just to force it in and do that and say it's good enough. And there you go, flying tank. How does it fly? Huge amount of thrust, probably. Anything can fly if it has enough propulsion. So there is that. This premium paint scheme gave SS Revenge of the Fallen Megatron the aesthetic it deserves. Details buried under the dull grey now highlighted for everyone to see. As a bit of a comparison, here is what the plastic was sort of like. It's not exactly, but sort of. With a 29 USD price tag on Shozi to boot. Still, keep in mind it's a knockoff, so quality can differ from copy to copy. Some are great, some are crap. Some bits of it can be a mixed bag, like my alternate arm. And that's all from me. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another review. Bye!